Okay, so I'm back for part 2 of my Assassin's Creed 3 review, and in the last part we talked about the storyline, and now I'm going to talk about the graphics and visuals. Um, Overall, the graphics in this game is the graphics in this game are really good. I think they're really nice, and the engine that they used is, I can't remember the name of it, but the engine that they've used is really nice, and everything looks very nice and pretty. When you're in Boston and New York, and there's two other locations, the Frontier and your homestead, which is basically where you live. Those are all really nice, and that's when you're playing as Connor. So overall, the graphics are really nice, but the Desmond graphics are just shocking. Like everything, he has, I think, yeah, 3 different missions, and they pretty much all look the same. He goes to one place which is like a sort of revisit for the series, which is quite cool. But all the places are like they're all white. All the enemies are the same, all dressed the same, generic enemies. Everything's white. All the crowd, the crowd is generally animated well in Connor's point, but in Connor's gameplay. But when you're playing as Desmond, there was one part where you're in this stadium and you have to find someone or something. I can't remember the bloody mission. But you're supposed to find someone, and you're supposed to walk past this room, and it goes to a cutscene. And the cutscene didn't happen. I didn't know what was going on because I didn't know that I was supposed to go there. There's no objective showing up when you're Desmond. So I went into the room, no cutscene, and I was like, "Oh, what's going on here?" So I went down the corner, ran down the stairs, and I couldn't walk to the left, so I walked to the right, and I walked through the crowd of people, and the crowd of people looked like this. I'll just show you now. Okay, so this is what he looked like. This is what the crowd looked like, and sorry about the image being smaller than the rest of the screen, but I was just so upset when this is what I saw. I saw fucking Max Payne, and this is better animated than that crowd. It was so I should have taken a picture of it. It was so shockingly animated. But anyway, back to the review. So the graphics for Connor were good, and the graphics for Desmond were bad. And I think that now I can talk about all the bugs, because it doesn't really tie into any of my 3 categories. But before I get onto gameplay, I want to just mention it because it's one of the biggest parts of the game, and it's really just surprising that there's so many bugs in the game. Like in the previous Assassin's Creed games, 1, 2, Brotherhood and Revelations. I haven't played the last 2, so I haven't played Brotherhood and Revelations. I've seen gameplay of it. There's hardly any bugs in those games. And in this one, in 2012, there's like every single person that's played it that I've talked to has got a bug. Has got at least 3 bugs that have happened in the game, and it's not acceptable in this day and age. I just don't see why this is happening. It's just mind-boggling. So one of the bugs I got was there was a waypoint under the map. So I was supposed to go into a building. Instead, the waypoint was under the map, and it was just like, what the fuck are you doing? What is the point? What? No, not what is the point? What the fuck's going on? I didn't know what the fuck was going on, and I had to restart my PS3 5 times before it finally fucking worked. I was so pissed off. Sorry about that. So, yeah, I was so pissed off. I had to fucking waypoint under the map, and I had to keep restarting my PS3. Another bug I got was one of the first missions. You're on a ship going to Boston, but you're not as Connor. You're as his dad. It's not much of a plot. If it's not much of a plot point, what I've just told you. So yeah, whatever. I don't really give a shit. And basically, in the cutscene, Connor's dad is talking to is talking to the captain, and the captain's face froze. So he was just standing there with a completely straight face, mouth and lips not moving. Yeah, and his body was still moving around, and the subtitles and all the voice of him was talking, and it was clearly his face was just still, and I was like, what the fuck is going on? What the flaming fuck? And that was my first bug. Another bug I got was I kicked a guard off the side of a building, and his leg got stuck in a sign, a solid sign, and he was hanging from this sign, which was just really retarded. I had lots of. I had one other one was a red coat was going into. Two red coats were smashing down a door. The one they were like in a line, so 1, 2, and the one at the front, he froze, and his musket, which is a gun, the gun they were using. I think it was a musket, basically his gun kept moving as if he was holding it, but yet the red coat was frozen. It was like, what the fuck? How is that happening in a fucking cutscene? The cutscene is what they should work on to make it so smooth and everything, but I don't know. I had lots of pop-in issues. I had mission markers on my map, and then nothing would come up. I had lots of bugs, and I think it's just unacceptable. And another thing, this is sort of tying into the graphics. If you get this game on PS3, then expect a lot of lag and slow down, because I don't know if this is. I think it's because the world is quite big, but it slows down your game a lot, and you'll get just unbelievable lag at some points. Like when I was running through a battlefield, it would lag, and then I would just randomly die because a cannonball would hit me because the lag stopped me. And that's another thing. I know I'll mention that in gameplay actually. So for graphics and visuals, because of all those bugs and stuff, I do actually count in graphics and visuals, even though I sort of said that they don't fit in. I'm going to give graphics and visuals a. I'm going to give it the same score. I'm going to give it 7.5. So now we come to our final category, which is gameplay, and I'm going to. I should probably stop this video. Yeah, I'm going to stop the video and make another part. So I'll see you in part 3.